Hi, I'm Andrew, an entrepreneur and a computer science student,
Hi, I'm Raveen, a psychology major student.
and you're now listening to the Ink Thoughts podcast, where we ponder and talk about incongruous thoughts ranging from our daily life to the human mind.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ink Thoughts podcast. Recently the weather in UK has been getting colder and colder. I guess it's almost time to get back to using puffer jacket again. I don't miss winter. I want my sun. Okay, anyway, so today I'm actually going to talk about emotions. Like, why do we have emotions? So, recently I've been reading some books and watching some videos about understanding your own emotions and process them, etc. This kind of stuff. Just basically because I have more time at the moment waiting for my job and stuff like this. And I remember there was once it was a few years ago that when me and Andrew were talking, Andrew asked about like, if emotions are mainly the reason that is always pulling us back, like they kind of affect us that we couldn't do things or see things in a very rational way, then why do we have emotions? This kind of, like recently what I've been reading and watching about just reminds me of this, and so I thought like, why not I'll just get to talk about this and research a bit on it as well. So emotion is a very subjective experience, and there are a rule of universal emotions. There's a set of this like universal emotions, but generally the common one that we experiences are like happy, sad, angry, scared, and a few more. I couldn't really remember all of them because I think different psychologists or different scientists, they actually have different set of their so-called universal emotions based on their research. So since it's a very subjective experience, a same situation might evoke different emotions on different people. The emotional reactions and stuff. So for instance, like you might think that a cat is cute, and because of that it makes you happy. But let's say for me, I actually have a fear in cats, and so I wouldn't think the same way as you are, and so it wouldn't lead me to experiencing happy emotions, right? So this kind of led me to my next point, which is like our emotions are strongly affected by and based on our thoughts and also our past experiences. Like I said, because my thoughts of I'm afraid of cats, and the past experiences of me with cats wasn't very positive, and so it kind of lead me to feeling scared and all. But for you it's different because probably you love cats a lot and you think cats are really 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 cute, and so it always makes you happy when you watch a video about cats or see a cat outside there. And so like the example I've been using, because of the thoughts, we kind of have different emotions, and also our past experiences often give us some clue in what to expect, and so it leads us to tendency to lead to certain kind of emotions easier, or probably intensify certain emotions as well. So let's say you're angry at someone who used to hurt you. And this time around you see him again, and when he started doing similar thing that kind of trigger your past experiences and memories, you started having that thoughts that and thoughts and feelings that he's going to hurt you again, and that kind of makes you feel even angrier because of your past experiences. If you're unable to cut off the past experiences and think rationally during that moment, which is quite normal because we are all affected by emotions most of the time. And sometimes there's this unconscious process as well that lead you to experience certain emotions, but you actually don't really know why, and you don't even know what kind of emotions you are experiencing during that moment. You just feel something, but you can't really tell what is that. This could be due to the unconscious process in your brain that lead you to feeling that way, because your brain is the part that is controlling all parts of your body. And so when your brain sends something or notice something, that kind of triggers your emotions, but it could happen without you noticing it. Yeah, so it's called unconscious processes. Yeah. So like after all, so I'm so sorry, I just can't English suddenly. So it then leads us to think about like, why do we actually have emotions? Yeah. First thing, it actually helps us to communicate with others, especially when we feel sad or angry. It is telling you that the emotions that you're feeling is telling you that probably you need help. That could be a motivation to you to start seeking help. Like let's say you feel really, really sad, and so you then go to someone to talk to them or cry with them, and that kind of makes you feel better. You kind of process everything, including your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, and everything. Yeah. And also when we talk about communicate with others, when we are able to understand our own emotions, we tend to be, we are probably able to understand others' emotions as well. So that kind of help the communication processes as well. Yeah. And also it sometimes emotions sometimes acts as the gut feeling or intuition that could help us to ensure our own safety. Yeah, this could be seen probably more easily in perhaps the feeling of fear. When we're afraid of something, yeah, most likely it's going to be hurtful, or it's probably going to makes you less safe, feel less safe and stuff like this, and so you want to avoid it. Yeah. And so because of this, it kind of give you the sense that you're ensuring your safety. And let's say you're walking out there and suddenly there's a car that suddenly you see it from far that it's driving very fast and probably recklessly, then you might have to feel that would it be coming to you or anything, then you try to avoid it to ensure your safety, stuff like this. Yeah. And so when I try to reflect on my own emotions, I'll say I'm like most of you, even though I study psychology and mental health over the past few years. I work in this field, but I'll say I don't really like to be easily affected by my own emotions as well. I also wanted to feel calm most of the time, and so I'm able to handle everything in the pace that I like. But of course, we all know that it's somehow impossible, because emotions are a normal experience and that each and every one of us has it. Yeah. And if we try to avoid our emotions, it might even cause greater harm in the long run. Yeah, that could be very overwhelming when one day you are no longer able to tolerate it or avoid the emotions anymore, and it all just bursts at one time. Yeah, you wouldn't know, like let's say for some people that could be grief or guilt feeling, stuff like this that keep on accumulate because you try to avoid processing it or try to avoid the emotions at all, and at the end of the day everything just bursts, and it's just so overwhelming for you to handle. Yeah. And so I'll say I'm actually a supporter that we should let ourselves feel our emotions, and of course try to process it and let time to help you in feeling better and handling your emotions better, and probably try out some healthy coping mechanisms for you to handle your emotions too. And it is totally normal that we are affected by our emotions. Yeah, just that what kind of methods or ways that we are using to help ourselves in coping with them. Yeah. So don't ever let someone to invalidate your emotions and tell you that you're overreacting. No, it is not true. What you're feeling is real. It's just that we all have different experiences, and so it leads to different emotions, and the best thing that we could do is probably find a way that is working for us to cope with it. Yeah. And so emotions come and go. It is normal. So give yourself time to, time and space to process it, to accept it. And yeah. And also if you keep holding on a certain emotions and don't let go of it, it might make you feel stuck too. So let time help you and let go of it when it's over. Yeah. So I guess that's it about emotions that I'd like to talk about today. If you do have any different ideas or thoughts that you'd like to share with me, feel free to comment down below or send us a DM. Yeah, if you prefer it that way. If not, I'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. If you enjoyed, do share with your friends and family and leave us a review on Apple Podcast. If you're not using an Apple device, you can leave a review on the Apple Podcast website with a link in the show notes. If you have any feedback or thoughts which you hope that we'll discuss in the future, feel free to email them to us at hello@incthoughts.com, or alternatively, you can send us a private message on our Facebook, Instagram or Twitter with the username of incthoughtspod. Thanks again, and see you all next week. Bye bye.